Hi, welcome back to our seasonal healing program. Today we'll be talking about another aspect of the water element. We're talking about the sensory organs, especially the ears and the skin. And we'll begin with the skin because the skin is actually an extension of the kidneys. Some people call it a third kidney because it helps to regulate and help eliminate liquid waste from the body, similar to the kidneys. And so we want to keep this organ healthy. We want to keep it from getting clogged up. We want to assist its waste elimination process. And some ways we can do that are by helping the skin to sweat. So sweating is one way our body eliminates toxins through the skin. And so we want to make sure we are doing things to do that, either through exercise or sitting in a sauna. Now make sure you stay hydrated and keep drinking a lot of water because we don't want to dehydrate ourselves while we're trying to help our body sweat. So really replenish the water plus those electrolytes because that can be lost during exercise and heavy sweating. So just get that organ working, help it eliminate those toxins through the skin so that we have less of a burden on the kidneys. So that's one way we can do it. Another is to do skin brushing. And so a lot of our products that we use and put on our skin, different lotions and creams, can actually clog up the skin and the pores. So one way you can help that is to get a soft bristle brush, and you'll be just doing strokes along the skin with that brush. And you want to always go towards the heart because that's the direction that the lymph flows. The lymph comes and it dumps into the bloodstream right under the collarbone. So if you can always brush towards the heart, that's going to help with the elimination of the lymph underneath the skin. So that is going to help clear any congestion and dried up product that may be still on your skin. And that's a good thing you can do each day before you shower. And then another thing you can do to help your skin and waste elimination is to do some hot baths. And that is going to help with opening up the pores, and especially if you do some Epsom salts in the bath, that is going to allow toxins to be drawn out into the bath while you're bathing there. So that is another way to assist the skin. So exercise or saunas, dry brushing, and soaking in some baths with Epsom salts are all great ways to support your skin. And then on top of that, try and avoid products that are unnatural on your skin, especially things like mineral oil, as those can be very clogging and toxic to the body when you put them on your skin. So be careful about the ingredients that you use. All right, now moving on to the ears. So our ears are one of our sensory organs, and so they are very connected to the nervous system. And when there are issues with hearing, then we are seeing a nervous system issue. And so if you have any hearing loss, which we often see with a water imbalance, that's one of our symptoms of older age that happens over time. Of course, exposure to loud music can be a cause of that. And then also infections of the ear or just a weakness there. So there can be clogging and buildup of wax as well that can contribute to hearing loss and issues there. So you want to check that out as well. I know a lot of people that have had issues in their ear, and when they get it checked, it's a wax problem, and then they get that cleared out by a doctor, and that can help to increase their hearing again. So that is one thing you can do. I want to specifically talk about hearing loss because that is a water element theme. And so if you have hearing loss in one or both ears, Dr. Christopher has a formula that is meant for that. And once again, not diagnosing or treating disease with herbs, but this is a supportive herb for the nervous system, and specifically for the nervous system connected to the ears. His formula is actually called Ear and Nerve Formula. And it's got herbs like black and blue cohosh, blue vervain, lobelia, and skullcap. And these are nerve regenerative types of herbs. And so they are going to help to support the nervous system. And there have been cases of the eardrum and the hearing returning, the eardrum healing, and the hearing returning after use. So Dr. Christopher's protocol is to use a little bit of garlic oil in the ear first, so just a couple drops, and then you add just 1 to 3 drops of the ear and nerve formula right on top of that garlic oil. Put a little cotton ball on top and just do that at night while you're sleeping and let it stay in there. And then you take the Dr. Christopher's BF&C, which stands for bone, flesh, and cartilage. You take that oil. So that comes in a lot of forms, but there is an oil form, and that's for topical use. And you just want to rub that around the ear, down the neck a little bit. And that formula is kind of a heal-all formula that helps to get the body to repair itself. And so it is used for broken bones, it is used for skin issues and wounds and things like that to help repair. So it will help with pretty much any symptom of the body. Dr. Christopher formulated it as a pair to go with almost any of his formulas to help speed up the process of the body healing itself. And so that's something you add on top of that. You do that 6 nights a week, take a rest on the 7th day, and then you can also flush out the ear of that, the herbs and the garlic oil by doing a little bit of warm water with apple cider vinegar in it, and just kind of flush the ear with that, squirt it in there and clean it out so you don't get a buildup there. Then along with the use of the ear and nerve formula directly in the ear, Dr. Christopher also has an internal formula of the same formula. And so the difference is that the one that goes in the ear topically is an alcohol-based extract, which you are welcome to use that internally as well. It's a little less tasty, but you can use that. And then he has one called Nerve Formula, and it's in a glycerin base. So the one that's for internal use doesn't have the ear and nerve formula name on it. It just has Nerve Formula, but it is the same formula. And so you can get the nerve formula and then take that internally, 1 to 2 dropperfuls up to 3 times a day is always Dr. Christopher's recommended protocol. And that's going to help the nerve regeneration from the inside. So we're hitting it topically and internally. And then you're going to have a more thorough, quick result if you do both ways. So that is great for hearing and rebuilding that eardrum. So then on top of that, if you have ear infections, the garlic oil itself is great for that. So garlic is a powerful natural antibiotic. So if you use that in the ear, that will help the body to fight infection. And then if there is ear pain, nerve pain, that ear and nerve formula can even be helpful with an ear infection. And then you could use something like lavender oil and just rub that around the ear, as that's going to be calming to the nerves as well, helping with pain reduction. So those are some of the great herbs that can help with the ears that are from Dr. Christopher's. I know there's some other great ones out there, and that include like calendula and St. John's wort and aloe vera and things that are also soothing to the nerves of the ear. And so any of those would be good as well. Those are some basic ones from Dr. Christopher that are recommended for this time, especially during the winter season, but any time of the year. But this is going to go along great with our water element. And keep up on your kidney herbs and drinking lots of water. And we've got about a month left of winter.